पैसे ही नहीं आते गिनेंगे क्या? Okay. So that is one fundamental quality for a homeopath. You should be very poor at counting. You will make a good homeopath. So I was just thinking before coming here as to what would I like to share, So before we go on to anything, this was one very interesting video which I had in my computer for a very long time, and I have never shown it anywhere. And suddenly it came to my mind that today I would like to show this video. क्योंकि बहुत दिन से लेके रखा है, किसी को दिखाया नहीं. What's the point? Okay. Let's check the sound out. Is the sound there? Do you know who this man was? Charles Darwin? Watch this for 5 minutes. This is really very interesting. It's a piece of history which was very recently revealed. Nobody knew about this history. What's the problem now?
An amazing discovery has been made. An amazing discovery has been made. A famous naturalist found a quick and easy way to put homeopathy to the test. And if you watch and listen through to the end, I'll tell you how you can perform this physics-defying feat for yourself. As a science project for your school, it's a way to confound your local theoretical physicist, or maybe even win from James Randi $1 million. Amen? In the 1830s, and fought with this illness for more than 10 years.
We need to begin. Let's get this right.
Fought with this illness for more than 10 years. This project for your school. It's a way to confound your local theoretical physicist, or maybe even win from James Randi $1 million. Amen? In the 1830s, fought with this illness for more than 10 years. He was so... Father's funeral. Finally, he was referred to a homeopathic doctor. And after treatment...
Said we can do something?
And fought with this illness for more than 10 years. Finally, he was referred to
Can you hear
a
this?
homeopathic doctor.
Okay.
And after treatment, he was cured of his former problem. But the amazing discovery that I'm talking about happened after he got well. Now, you know, a lot of people have become well again after treatment with homeopathic medicine. So the fact that Darwin was treated with homeopathy and got better is no big deal. The amazing
This was the person who discovered the theory of evolution, Charles Darwin, was about to die. And there was no medicine at that time that was helping. And his books were recently revealed on the internet, all his notes, and they found this note on homeopathy that he had written in his personal diary. That he was about to die and he was cured with homeopathy. Okay? Now let us watch what happened actually. Does it happen? No.
Was treated with homeopathy and got better is no big deal. The amazing discovery that Darwin made for homeopathy was that he discovered a simple, quick, objective experiment anyone can do to show the action of a homeopathic remedy. And even after performing this test over and over again, over the space of 10 years, by himself and with others, he still found it hard to believe, as others did, and probably as you will too. Now, years ago, I accepted Randy's challenge to prove homeopathy, and after some clarification from him, Randy and I both agreed that the best way to do that, and he wrote that this would win the prize, would be to come up with a method, some way to distinguish a homeopathic solution from its liquid vehicle. In other words, is there some way to tell a homeopathic water solution from plain water, specifically from the water from which the remedy was made? So the question begins to emerge in the investigation of the homeopathic process.
Are you able to hear? Okay. Can we get the AC off for a while maybe? Say.
After some experiment anyone can do to show the action of a homeopathic remedy. And probably as you will too.
Okay, doesn't matter. I'll explain it. Just be quiet and speak.
To prove homeopathy, and after some clarification from him, Randy and I both agreed that the best way to do that, he wrote that this would win the prize, would be to come up with a method, some way to distinguish a homeopathic solution from its liquid vehicle. In other words, is there some way to tell a homeopathic water solution from plain water, specifically from the water from which the remedy was made? So the question begins to emerge in the investigation of the homeopathic process. Is there an objective way to show that homeopathic substances exert some sort of influence on living organisms or even on inanimate matter? If there is, then we have a way of determining whether or not there is a difference between homeopathic remedies and their comparatively inert vehicle, that is to say, the water from which they were made. And so Darwin, a man of science who was familiar with the scientific process and certainly notorious as the biggest challenger to the religion of creationism, being no stranger to iconoclasm, he would have posed the same question.
So Darwin got well with homeopathy. And as we understand that Darwin was one of the very leading thinkers of his time. And always remembered in history for his genius, And he was about to die and he got cured with homeopathy. So it aroused interest in him that how can this substance, the water in which the medicine is diluted, how can this water work? Because there is no substance in it. Right? Because the homeopathic medicine has, what does it have in it? Nothing. Yes? You understand what I am trying to say? Okay.
After being deathly ill and supposedly being cured by homeopathy, Darwin, being one of the most renowned scientists of his day, would have asked the same question that I posed to James Randi in 1999. Is there a way to tell homeopathic remedies from plain water? Well, Darwin came up with a way, a very simple way to show the action of homeopathic solutions on living matter. He took a high dilute of ammonia salt and tested it on a carnivorous plant, the sundew. The sundew flycatcher, it's a fly trap. He found that by placing a drop of a high dilute of ammonia salts on the sundew, it reacted as if it had an insect within its grasp. In 1875, Darwin wrote, "The reader will best realize this degree of dilution by remembering that 5,000 ounces would more than fill a 31-gallon cask, and that to this large body of water, 1 grain of the salt was added, only half a drachm, or 30 minims of the solution being poured over a leaf. Yet this amount sufficed to cause the inflection of almost every tentacle, and often the blade of the leaf. My results were for a long time incredible, even to myself, and I anxiously sought for every source of error. 2 of my sons, who were as incredulous as myself, compared several lots of leaves simultaneously immersed in the weaker solutions and in water, and declared that there could be no doubt about the difference in their appearance. The observations were repeated during several years. In fact, every time that we perceive an odor, we have evidence that infinitely smaller particles act on our nerves." Charles Darwin, 1875. So, I'm posing this question to Randy. James Randi, when you made your $1 million challenge to homeopathy, were you aware of Darwin's sundew test? It's ironic how James Randi seems to fancy himself a modern-day Charles Darwin.
This work? This work. So very interesting, no? That in 1875, this man, in 1875, this man could prove homeopathy. What he did was, he took a dilution, we can have this off now, we're going to show any more videos. He took the dilution of ammonium salts, and the ammonium salts were, the dilution was like water. For any other person, it is water, because it is like in gallons of water, there is one little ammonia in it. And they did it in a way that they dropped water on the leaf, and the Drosera leaf, the sundew leaf, did not contract. And they put a drop of ammonia, salt, the homeopathic remedy, and the plant contracted immediately. That means there is some information in the remedy which you call it as nothing. And he said that he and his son tried to do it again and again so that they can come up and say that this is bullshit. However, every time the sundew plant contracted. It was very fascinating for me to see a history in 1875 was revealed now from his books and was made available to the world and on the internet in his own handwritings. So, what is it that I am trying to tell you? What is most fundamental for being a successful homeopath? What is most fundamental? Somebody?
Being inquisitive.
Yes.
Faith in
Yes, what is most fundamental? The most fundamental thing is trust. Doubt is a very big disease. Just this trust that homeopathy works is very fundamental to our evolution, to our progress, to our development, to our effectiveness as a homeopath. It's very fundamental requisite for all of you to make it to where you want to make it in life. So after the trust comes the most fundamental question that you have to ask yourself. And that question is, what do you want to do? How do you want to use, how do you want to apply homeopathy as a healing science or whatever it means to you in your life? And what do you see yourself as? What do you want to see yourself as? There is some confusion, and that confusion is that most of the students who join the homeopathic college often land up in that chair out of default because they did not get in dentistry and because they did not get in modern medicine. You could not go anywhere, so अभी एक ही दरवाजा खुला था, घुस गए अंदर. हमारे टाइम में गाना गाते थे हम लोग. During our times, there was everybody had to pay 5,000 rupees as a capitation fee at our Bombay Homeopathic College. So in the second year, we used to sing this song. 5,000 दे तो दिया, 5,000 दे तो दिया, अब पछताए तो क्या, अब चिल्लाए तो क्या. 5,000 दे तो दिया. So most homeopaths have this, when they just pass out of the college or when they are in the process, this song keeps on playing in their mind. 5,000 दे तो दिया. And a person somehow, believe me, when I went to the homeopathic college and when I was on the third or the fourth day, a 17-year-old boy sitting on a bench trying to understand the first and the second aphorisms of Organon, believe me, was a pain. Imagine 1 month that professor was talking about high and only mission of the physician. 17 साल की उम्र में और कोई कितना धंधा रहता है? And to listen for 1 month, what is the highest ideal of cure? Are you there with me? So there is so much. If one starts thinking about highest ideal of cure between 16 and 18 years of age, then I think he needs to go to a psychiatrist. There's something genuinely wrong. Because somehow that's not the age you think about highest ideal of cure, right? So it somehow feels very strange. And none of you went there to learn highest ideal of cure. Did you join the college with extreme enthusiasm that you want to learn the highest ideal of cure? How many of you joined the college with this idea? Tell me honestly. So from where will the motivation come? Will the motivation come by reading the Organon? Will the motivation come by mugging the Materia Medica? The motivation comes from some trust, right? And this trust can come when you see cases, when you read cases, when you yourself experience the effect of homeopathic remedy either on somebody or on your own self. Till you have not experienced the fruit of and the truth of this very weird so-called science, you will never feel convinced about it, right? And then there is always this disparity, no? The allopath with the suit boot and the tie right away, and the homeopath on the cycle. And a homeopath tries to sit on his chair and tries to practice homeopathy like an allopath. Because you came with the image of being a doctor, and then you try to practice or see homeopathy like how a allopathic doctor would practice. But I have learnt in a hard way in all these years that these two are very different ball games. And what this institution wants to do is establish a very deep trust in the system. And what is very prerequisite for you to develop that trust? What is very prerequisite? Yes? What is necessary? बोलो भैया कुछ बोलो. Don't be silent like this. What is necessary? बताओ. For once, try to be not like homeopaths. Talk with some confidence. That's very fundamental. If you want to be good homeopaths, talk today with confidence. एक के पीछे एक मुंह छुपा के मत बैठो. So tell, what is it? What is necessary? What is prerequisite to develop that trust?
See cases
One
being
by
cured.
one by one. Okay.
See cases being cured.
To see cases being cured. What else?
To have a deep knowledge.
To have deep knowledge. Very good. What else? Pardon?
Interest to know.
Interest to know. Wonderful. Wonderful. Very good. What else?
Open mind.
Open mind. What else? Methodology. Okay. Anybody else? In fact, I would like each one to say something. Start from here. Methodology. Okay. What is necessary? Nobody is going to keep quiet. 100 rupees charge to keep quiet. What is needed? Kuch bhi, whatever comes to your mind. What is needed to develop trust? Simple question I am asking you. Batao. Bale, you can repeat the same thing, no problem.
Sir, case cure होते हुए देखें.
Case
Incurable
cure
case.
होते हुए, incurable
ऐसे
cases.
case जो एलोपैथ ना तो
ऐसे cases cure होते देखने हैं. Very good.
Friendly.
Friendly. Okay.
Open-minded.
Open-minded.
Reproducibility of cure.
Reproducibility of cure. Yes.
experience the case getting cured.
Experience case getting cured. One.
To give medicines to patients and see them getting cured.
See it for yourself that it works. Good.
So proving.
Provings. Wonderful. Batao.
Sir, curiosity.
Curiosity.
Faith in our science.
Yes.
Sure, even though if there is a failure, have some patient cure hoga, something that.
Okay.
See cases being cured consistently.
Good.
To get motivated by the people who
Okay.
already done work in homeopathy.
Wonderful. Or
Experiencing by own see the cases cured.
okay.
Theory is becoming practical.
Theory becoming practical. How?
What we have learned,
Hmm?
it should be practically implemented.
Okay.
See where we are going wrong and to improve that.
Okay. How to improve yourself?
Sound knowledge.
Sound knowledge. Wonderful. Or
Experiences of others.
experiences of others.
Results in pathological condition. Trust in homeopathy.
Trust in homeopathy.
Scope and limitations of homeopathy.
Wonderful.
Experience of cases being cured.
Experience of cases cured. Batao how?
By cured cases basically.
Cured cases.
Try to cure cases by your own experience
Okay.
and see the results.
Try to cure cases by your own experience. See the results. If they are not good, जाके आराम से कॉल सेंटर में. Okay. बोलो और
To watch those cases which are not cured by the allopaths and can be helpful, for
Okay.
those patients for back homeopathy.
okay.
Experience from the cured cases.
Yeah. How do you develop that trust? Again, बोलो किसी.
Dynamic action of the remedy.
Okay. Yes.
In learning knowledge from the provings and other experiences.
Very good. Very good.
Some cases cure yourself too.
Okay.
By self experience.
Okay. Absolutely.
To
Some
improve.
knowledge of science and its application.
Okay. Good. Next to you.
Experience to cure the cases in own way.
Okay. बताओ dear. Yes.
Cases cured by our own.
Okay. Please.
By treating patient, getting experience, and what we do wrong, discussing with senior practitioners.
Discussing, taking help of senior practitioners. Okay, wonderful.
We should have keen observation in placing the picture.
Keen observation.
To study the scientificity of the homeopathy, how it works.
How it works. Study scientificity.
Homeopathy is a complete science which has its own principles.
Okay.
Which not only treats the diseases as well as it teaches, homeopathy teaches the principles of life, that is how to be lived, or in Marathi, जगायचं कसं शिकायचं ते होमिओपॅथी शिकायचं, rather than treating the diseases. Not only in treating diseases, being a homeopath.
पण त्याने आपला ट्रस्ट कसा होईल, ट्रस्ट कसा वाढेल?
होमिओपॅथीने असं भरपूर गोष्टी शिकवल्यात की माणसानं जगावं कसं, नॉट ओनली फक्त डिसीजेस कसे ट्रीट केले जातात.
Dedication and willingness to learn.
It's shared already. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
For me, it was applying some simple instructions in a book and then seeing something like a miracle when I
Okay.
used it before I
Wonderful.
knew anything.
Yes, Devang.
It's the genuine desire for the person to feel better, and once
Genuine desire for the person to feel better. Wonderful.
You should have interest in that subject.
Interest in the subject, of course. What else?
Seeing cases getting treated day in, day out.
Okay, seeing lot of cases being treated. Very good.
My interest.
Interest.
Experiencing an answer.
Okay.
Being unprejudiced.
Being unprejudiced.
Try to study what is to be curative disease and what is to be curative medicine.
Okay.
Faith in this science and faith in myself.
Oh, wonderful. Very good. The most fundamental thing the last person said. Okay. What was needed to be said first was the last line. If you want to develop that trust, the fundamental thing is that you need to trust your own self. Trust your own self. That's fundamental. Nothing works. No homeopathy works. Homeopathy remains in books and always remain in books, or homeopathy will remain with your teachers. They'll be wonderful. Homeopathy will be wonderful, but for you, by them. What is most fundamental is to develop a trust on our own selves. This and only this can take you to where you want to go. Because you didn't join the college with the mission to learn the highest ideal of cure. Nobody did. Let's be honest. I did not have this knowledge of my past life, that I was heading in the past life, so I have to continue this year as Jayesh Shah. Are you there? It is, we all have somehow, destiny has put us, 5,000 de to diya, now you are there, you've gone through this course and the training, and you will have to trust that you have gone through this training because it was meant for you. This delusion you will have to create for yourself. This vision you will have to create for yourself. Once you have the trust in your own self, believe me, everything in life just follows. Everything just like comes along with it. So, moment you trust, the next step is you need to, what would be the next step? Yes?
to pursue that trust.
How do you do that? What is the next step? भैया थोड़ा ठंडा करो ना. What is the next step?
Experience.
Hmm?
Experience.
experience is still a little away.
Seeing the confidence of the experts.
Seeing the confidence of experts, of course. What is the next step? Again, think for yourself. Once you have the trust in your own self, right? If you mistrust anybody in your life or anything in your life, be very sure that this mistrust is a mistrust on your own self. If I say कि इसको मैंने ये काम बताया है, ये करेगा कि नहीं करेगा? When I am thinking कि ये करेगा कि नहीं करेगा, whose mistrust is it? It's my mistrust, right? It's not his. So once you develop the trust, then the second most important thing is to hold a vision. To hold a picture, a image of your own self. Look at a body posture, a body language of a homeopath. सबके लिए बैठते हैं. Forget your days of your college. Okay, they are over. एग्जाम में तुमको you knew some things, you didn't know something, कैसा भी करके सबको पास कर दिया है. वो that forget all that. Now what is going to help is the first is the trust, and second is holding a vision for yourself. From the trust, you will be able to create a reality in your energy field. A thought is a very potent tool. When you hold this image of what you want to be, and then once you have the trust and you hold it, the image, I think 90% job is done. Then all you have to do is you have to remain in this energy field. Are you there? Like homeopathy has an energy field. The moment you enter into that energy field, many things get automatically downloaded. Without your knowing, millions of things get downloaded, and you will be surprised to see that how you came to such a conclusion or such a remedy in a given case. Because you move with trust and the vision and in the energy field. Are you there? When I have the trust and the vision, then there is already a field that is created. And then whatever happens there, what you have to do? You have to again trust this. And once you have this fundamental trust installed, I think nothing can go wrong. Because from the trust comes the confidence. I will give you a little example from my life. When I started my practice, maybe 32 years ago, my father was a homeopath, and my father was practicing homeopathy for free. Many people used to go to him take medicine. He was known to cure a lot of people. When I passed out of my college, my weight was 42 kilograms. How would a 42 kilogram doctor look? सोचो. और लोग बोलते थे इसका बाप तो फोकट में देता है, उसको कौन पैसा देगा? Are you there? So how will this 42 kilogram doctor feel जब उसका बाप मुफ्त में दवा देता है? उसके पास वो दुकान खोल के बैठेगा, कौन आएगा उसके पास? Think. However, what my father installed in me was trust. Not trust in homeopathy. He installed in me the trust in my own self. So when I started my practice, I had complete trust, and that trust somehow brought a kind of a strange confidence, even with a 42 kilo weight. My first patient walked in, and to have a little bit of a what or whatever, I was dressed in a safari suit, and it looked very strange on me. I wish I could show you some pictures. And I was cleaning the table, and a patient walks inside, mera bina seat, and he asked me, where is Dr Jayesh Shah? And I am looking at the patient, and the patient, I said, I am Dr Jayesh Shah, and looking up and down. अभी इधर रहो कि भाग जाओ. Is this the person who is going to treat me? कैसा भी करके किसी ने रेफरेंस किया होगा. Embarrassingly, that gentleman sat on the chair. When he sat on the chair, believe me, I was nervous. I was very nervous because he was a little rich man. And I sat down there and I took 2-3 breaths. ठीक है. And then I developed or incited this trust, excited this trust, or kindled this trust कि after 1 hour when this man walks out, he must tell me कि when can I bring my son or my wife to you. Are you there? So I started doing his case, and as soon as the case was over, he said, when can I bring my wife to you? That is how trust works. It did not wait for the remedy to work. It is not that when your remedy works, then only the patients come. My remedy doesn't work always. I don't think any homeopath's remedy works always. Anyway. Yes? But my confidence always works. My trust always works, irrespective of my remedy. Even when my patients don't do well, they still come back to me. Even if they develop severe pathology, even during the treatment, they still come back to me. Why? Why do they come back? They see in me something, right? And that something, from where does it come? It doesn't come from my knowledge, it doesn't come from my ego. it doesn't come from a place that I know a lot of homeopathy. It comes from a very deep trust and confidence in my own self. And the most fundamental trust that you need to have, whether you practice homeopathy or whether you practice being a chaprasi, or whether you practice whatever, a housewife, or whether you, whatever, wherever you are in your life, whatever, tomorrow you may go anywhere, you may leave homeopathy and do something else, whatever, but what is the most fundamental feeling that has to be ingrained in all of us, that helped me, so I want to download it on you, is the feeling that I make a difference. Write it down somewhere in your book. Write this in a book. Every morning when you get up, read this. This is what we forget. If you work with this program, it's your inner programming, right? It's ultimately all about our inner programming, how we are programmed. Our life works according to our inner program. Our life doesn't work according to the success of homeopathy. My life and my success doesn't depend on homeopathy. My life and my success depends on how I have programmed myself. So most fundamental part of the program is that I make a difference. Means if I am there in the room, then I make a difference. When you approach your life from this one single aspect of a programming, that you make a difference, whether it be in relationships, whether it be in your clinic, whether it be on the road, whether it be as a citizen of this country, as a being on this planet, as whatever, as a friend, as a wife, as a husband, as a girlfriend, as a student of this academy, as a teacher of this academy, if you have this feeling, I make a difference, can you imagine what will be your influence, what will be the effect of your presence anywhere you go in the life, anywhere you go. Am I getting across? This was a life transforming situation when I had this downloaded in me, that I make a difference. So whenever a difficult case comes, I have this trust, I have this vision, and I have this clear feeling that I and only I make a difference. Supposing if I started doing cases, and if I did not do well in some cases, and I referred these cases to the other homeopath, then I know that the other homeopath is already struggling with his own cases. मतलब मेरी बला तो मेरे से पूरी नहीं होती, ऊपर से इसकी भी. मेरे पेशेंट से मैं चुपके जाता हूँ निकल के, अभी इसका भी पेशेंट मेरे को. And what kind of patients? Only cranky ones, जो गाली देते हैं तेरी दवा से कुछ नहीं ठीक हुआ, उसको ही तुम रेफर करोगे ना. So I always say, friend in need is a pest indeed. I stopped referring cases to anybody. I से जो करना है वो अपने को ही करना है और कोई नहीं है यहाँ. Gradually this started percolating and I could see that wherever I go I start making a difference. And little by little all these assets, credits that you accumulate in life by crediting in your account, all these things that you achieved by making a difference, at the end of your life you will realize how much balance you have collected. You will be able to walk off from this planet with the feeling that I made a difference. So, knowledge of homeopathy, all this is important, but fundamental thing that is needed is trust in yourself. This deep trust that you make a difference. So we are going to end this session with a 10-minute meditation. And in this 10-minute meditation, you are going to hold a vision for your own self, how you will be in another 6 months and then another 1 year from now. Okay? We are going to keep it short. We are going to keep how you are going to hold a vision, how you want to see yourself in another 6 months and in another 1 year. So first 5 minutes, another 6 months, we hold a clear vision about how we want to be, and then after another 1 year, how another 6 months, 1 year from now, how we want to be. Once you held that vision, just release that vision, okay? And then just be. Okay? So first we may just relax ourselves a little bit. So just take a few breaths and just relax yourself. I think this will work with the music maybe, not with Randy. So just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Yes, wonderful. Just take a few deep breaths and relax yourself completely. Let go of any tension in your body. Let your whole body completely relax. When your mind and your body become quiet, you are directly in connection with your vital force, the energy. Just watch your feet completely relaxed, not clenched at all in any way. All the toes, your foot, your fingers are completely easy. Let go of your foot and your lower limbs completely. Watch your abdomen and your back very relaxed, your shoulders relaxed, your elbows, your finger joints, all your fingers loose and relaxed, your face totally easy, no tension on your face. As you now take yourself to 6 months from now, take one deep breath as your consciousness will take you to 6 months from now. How would you like to see yourself? Watch everything, how you are dressed, where you are sitting, what are you talking, who are the people around you. Watch your body language. Watch the posture. And please trust this vision, which comes from a deep place within your own self. Acknowledge every color, every sound, every person, every sensation. Examine your pocket, how much money is there in your pocket. Examine your relationships. Examine your position in homeopathy. As I count from 5 to 1, you will take one more deep breath as you take yourself 1 year from today. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.